Hey, check out the rhythm guitar on this track.
Sunny side of the mountain where the rippling waters fall.
See that? Two G runs at the end there too. Cool, so I wanted to talk really quickly about a couple of awesome things that I think are happening in this track. One is the use of different voicings for chords that make it a little bit, and to my ear, extra bluegrass. And then some of the rhythmic things that are happening with strumming. He's going from this is Dan Tominski, going from the backbeat emphasis to a downbeat emphasis on important parts of the beat. So let's talk about the chords first. So usually people play G like this. Okay. Now what happens is in that shape you have a B note. You actually have two B's. You have this B, this one right here, and this B. Now G chord is made up of the notes G, B, and D, so it makes sense to play G chord like that. However, in songs that have a little bit more of a blues influence, what a lot of guitar players would do is they'll mute this string. This one right here. They'll mute it. They'll also add their third finger. Instead of playing it like this, they'll put their third finger over to the B string, and then their pinky finger on the E string here. And so what you get is G, muted string, D, G, D, G. All G's and D's. Now what that does, when you mute the B note, is it allows the fiddle player or the singer to either sing a B flat or play a B flat or a B. They can choose between the two. That's sort of the blues element here, is that you can you have freedom to interpret that. So it's one of the ways that a guitarist allows for the singer or the fiddle player or even the mandolin player to interpret the notes. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The chords that are being used in this song, this is in B, by the way. I have my capo on the 4th fret. All the G chords are played like that. Now the same thing applies to the D chord. Instead of this, which is very bright and happy sounding, okay, the same thing goes here. We're actually going to mute the third of the chord, this D, F sharp, and an A in a D chord. So what we're doing here is we're going to mute this note, which is the happy note. And by muting it, I just mean lightly put your finger on top of it. That gives us the notes A, D, A, A, D, A, and D. So same concept. We mute the third of the chord, and we get this open sound. There's the open sound for G, and the open sound for D. Okay? We can sort of do the same thing for even the C chord. Muting this second note. That'll be this note here. You can mute that. You're gonna get a little bit of the E in there, which is fine. But you can also voice this like this. You can put your third finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and then put your pinky here, and then you get G, C, mute, G, C, mute, G, C again. We get a little bit more of an open sound there as well. So that's the first thing that's happening in this song. The second thing is these really great rhythmic accents. Right there. Big hit. Yeah, so you can hear where the rhythm is changing. The way to practice that is to, basically what you want to do is to be able to, you can try to go through listening to it and only hit the strong downbeats. That would sound like this. So forget the strumming, just go like this. There's another one. feels like to hit those. So that's one way to practice it. Now we do that a couple of times. We can try that one more time together. Okay. First one's a G. Sort of normal backbeat for this, then D. There's another one, G. D. And then one last time on D. Alright? So that's a good way to figure out where they are, is to try to bring attention to that. But then you need to be able to practice going from backbeat to a downbeat, or backbeat to on the beat strumming. So you could just practice that out of context. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm hitting pretty much the top 4 strings for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's always going to feel like that on the 1 of the next thing. So if we're doing that, but also switching chords, let's go from G to D. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can also try this at a reduced speed. So we'll do that at, let's try to play along at the 75% speed. Alright? So here's the first one. 2, 3, 4. Here comes a C chord. D. Here comes a G. 4, 1. And the G here. 4. Cool. Let's try that one more time. This is 75% speed. I recommend you practice this stuff slowly. 2, 3, 4. To D. Here's a G. 3, 4. Here comes the D chord. And G round. It does it twice. Anyway, so great rhythm there. You can hear the same thing happening in the banjo solo, which I have here recorded. Let's reduce the speed. Actually, just listen to it first. There. Really leaning into it there. So let's try playing along with this one. This will be really fun. All right, here we go.
Don't forget me, little darling, while I'm broke sunny side of
Here we go.
where
1, 2, 3, 4. D. Now another one here, big one. Love that. Just so much fun. So great places to do this: fiddle solo, banjo solo. Those are the best spots to do this, incorporate this sort of stuff in other songs. It works best for bluesier songs or stronger, or just, you know, more high energy songs. But I encourage you to use it there, and also in choruses when there's a lot of voices singing. So good luck. I hope you have fun incorporating this into some of your songs.